Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Give me a yes or a no if you can hear me. I'm just going to see what's happened. I'm going to go straight back into it. I don't know if there was some interference there. I've just started a new stream there. Sugar. Yes, give us a 5-5 if you can hear us. Oh, I had nearly 1,000 people on as well. I've lost them all. Please come on again. Please come onto new stream. That was really weird, wasn't it? I was getting really into it and I'm going to get back into it. I've just told them all on the other one. Come on to the new stream. Bloody hell, man. Oh, I don't know if they've took down the other one, you know. Processing will begin shortly. I hope that doesn't happen, do you know what I mean? Because, I mean, I didn't say anything untoward. So let's recap. Right, so we'll start again. So basically, I see Trump negotiating with secret military. And for people who've missed this, you'll have to look back to the other live, okay? And this is part 2. I'll put a part 1 and part 2. Yeah. But there was some good information I was given there, so I'm hoping... Can anybody tell us if it's still up there? Because what I'll do is I'll label that. I can't access it. I'll label it as... part 1. They're coming through it. That's what they're doing. I'm so funny. It's still there, is it? Okay. So what I'll do is after this stream, I'll label that as part 1 and this is part 2. Because anybody who's coming in now, I've started off and I was looking into sort of secret intelligence stuff there to do with why Trump wants Greenland and stuff like that. And then I got cut off. Okay. I was gagged, I think. I mean, I don't think I said anything untoward, like, but let's get back into it. Okay. Where's my little bell? I ask all the angels there to protect us all as we come through looking at the truth. Amen. Okay. See, I was disturbed there. I was getting really into it. I was going on about different states, wasn't I? And I've said the letter A. Then I went, there's going to be some big news on the letter N or M. Round about the time something's going to kick off with a flat roofed building. Can you remember when I said that? Okay. Right. And then I seen that there was an upside down triangle. And I felt that he's going to go after another 2 countries as well. But I feel really strongly, this is what I'm psychically saying. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only, I've got to say that. But I'm saying really strongly that they've got a deadline. I've got the 4th. The 4th's coming through here. So I don't know if we're looking at April here. Is this April? Help us out here, Jed. Right, so they're giving us April. April's really big. I've got the 24th as well, and the 22nd is going to be massive. You've got to understand as well, there's different timelines, and what the hell does boho mean? Boho. Oh yes, when I said Geneva, didn't I? I said I'm getting the name Geneva, then I got cut off. I don't know if it's the place or it's something to do with some event. Just remember that. Okay, so I see a lot of snow. When the man stands in snow, we will know the truth. This is what I'm being shown. And I'm actually seeing Trump, and he's standing in snow, and it looks like Antarctica. And I don't know if this is just metaphoric or I'm seeing him standing there, and he's talking to the press, and there's like these far out sort of crafts going in and out, but they're going into a mountain. He's got like his long coat on. Oh, there's going to be some big news with Biden as well. Remember, everything I'm telling you will all fall into place there like a jigsaw puzzle. I'm also here in the last post. So we are on the edge of something. But I've said this for a long, long time. If we get a negative situation to do with extraterrestrials, it's staged. Okay? Because I feel they're already here, they're already walking amongst, we're living amongst to it, and I believe it's man that you have to be careful of, not ETs. Okay. Right, okay. There's going to be some event, and he's back in this secret military place, and they're fitting him up with like some sort of vest, like a bulletproof vest, which you probably would wear all the time, I would have thought. But oh my goodness me, there's sort of like 3 or 4 events which is planned on a timeline, and they can't stop it. Often makes me wonder about timelines, are we living in some sort of video game or something, but definitely within this timeline, these crazy events which cannot be stopped, is the dollar crashing, is the gold going through the roof in crypto. There's going to be some huge news with France. So I have a funny feeling here that NATO, it's going to all vamp up on the television, and they're going to be, it's going to be like a WAR situation between Trump and NATO and other countries. And what I can't understand is, they know what's going on. They know it. These are the old schoolers what want to stay in the old system. A while ago I had said there's going to be an event near the Black Sea, and it looks like it's in a gulf, or it's in like a sort of a bay. I'm getting the pigeon again. Catch the pigeon, catch the pigeon. Do you remember that? What used to be on the television when we were kids? In Muttley, Dastley and Muttley. I don't know why I'm getting that. But there's going to be like a situation, and it's something that Putin's after, and Trump's going to get it. But they're going to try and take him out. That they really, really are. I don't know if they're going to succeed or not. The number 4's coming through really strong. Breakthrough of light. There's good people. People have talked about the white hats. Who are they? Good soldiers. Boots on the ground. And they're trying to stop a negative timeline, but they can't stop this 4 or 5 situations what's all going to go off at the same time, and it's going to be a big event. At the meantime, everything's breaking down, all to do with the old system, all to do with the old paradigm. And I've talked about this before, where there's going to be like sort of this trapped energy, and the Native Americans are upset because of everything what's happening with ice. You know, it's bringing everything out for them. It's I've seen this before, where I see the spirit of all the old Native warriors, American warriors, the chiefs, and it's like their souls are unrested, and they're working through ancestral lineages, but it's all over the world. All over the world. It's like everywhere. And then of course you've got Denmark, which hasn't got a great population, but the people seem to forget they were the Vikings, the warriors. They are strong. But the regular people don't know what NATO's doing. Don't shoot the messenger. This is just what I'm getting. This is what I'm being given. It's not working, and he knows that. That's why he's doing what he's doing. He's taking a leap. He's taking a risk. But he's had the go-ahead off the military. So when people are sitting there blaming him, it's not just him who's making this. It's other people. It's secret military who are pushing him to do this. What's the 4th mean? Right, Greenland, the 4th. It's coming through really strong. It's going to be all over papers. All over papers. Trump takes Greenland. I can see it. Do. And there's like people are weeping and crying, and it's like the paparazzi, the press is going off it. He's trying to crash something to do with the oil as well. I don't know why he's doing that. It's like he's on a roll. Loads of podcasts, people talking about it. Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting Florence in Italy. Maybe there's some big news coming in there. The Geneva Convention? When's that? When's the Geneva Convention? What does that mean? What does that mean? I'm getting that really strong. I know this is totally random, but it is the year of truth. But there's something coming out about Dodie in Princess Di. And before you ask or say, I believe she's in spirit. I believe they're both in spirit. But there's something huge coming out about them. The dollar, the euro. Problems. Crash. You know how I said a few weeks ago, and I said Trump's not over with yet. He's gonna do something big. I think this is part of it. It's part of it. It really, really is. And I'm not trying to sound all like morbid and that, but even when he does go, he'll go very quick, and people will some people won't believe it. The people what love him will see that he's still alive. A bit like an Elvis thing. And then you're going to have the people what hate him just being totally nasty about it. There's no in between. But didn't they not do that with Charlie as well? something about a big boat or a yacht or a big posh boat. And when I look at this boat, I feel it's got a connection with Putin, Epstein, and Trump. I'm not saying they're all connected with this boat, but I feel there's something coming out around about that time, all to do with these three different people, when there's going to be some big news to do with a boat. So remember that. So he's going to stick something in the air. That's the only way I can describe it. Is there going to be satellites above Greenland in the airspace? There's going to be some agreement, hands shake, money handed to Denmark. God knows. I feel it's as if, I definitely feel there's money. I'm smelling money and bribery. I definitely see that. Right, what is he wanted for? It's part of the plan. Where's the other two countries? Give me some information, please. Give me some information. I can't believe that I lost all them followers there in that stream. Everybody hasn't come back on, have they? Okay, get that song in my head. All over the world. We've just seen Musk there. So I get Musk with satellites and something to do with Trump. So I don't know what's going on there. Is it right that there's sort of like a big satellite station there anyway in Greenland what's not being used anymore? I don't know if they can reopen that, but it looks more far advanced, I'll be honest with you. You know, my dad was in the secret military, so was my mother. I was like a forces child. And but my dad was stationed, and I think it's still there, and it's somewhere right up at the top of the Highlands in Scotland. And there was a secret air base. He gave us paperwork on it. I'll have to dish it out and find it for you. But it makes us wonder if that they're using part of that for Space Force. All technology being brought forth and brought up to date with new technology. Yeah, so there's going to be a situation, and it's going to be an F flag. I'm trying to talk in cryptic event, okay? But it actually is needed. Again, I am Louisa from the Resistance. There's going to be a situation what's going to take place, and it always reminds me of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Where in the film, fantastic film by Steven Spielberg. No matter what you think, he's a good movie producer, right? But in this film, the storyline is that they've got to, if you haven't seen it, they've got to get out of the town because there's something wrong with the air, and everyone's running around with gas masks on. But it turns out there's nothing wrong with the air. It's just the military's in on it, and it all looks very scary because the ATs are coming. There's another reason this is happening, and this is the same situation. It's an event, and it's so real. It is so real. It is so scary. In fact, it's terrifying. And I'm not saying this to frighten. This is what I'm saying. It's a timeline that I'm saying. But what's coming from it is that it's okay and it's short-lived. But it's like that there's military on the streets in the UK, on the US, in Europe, trying to tell people where to go. And I feel there's this situation where people in the UK are trying to get up north away. And military's blocking people. And what I've always been shown is go the back roads. Go the back roads up to the Highlands of Scotland. Don't go the main roads. That's what I want to be. That's what I want to say. Or go inside and shut the door. For what is to come, it is only temporary. But it will be terrifying. But it is only temporary. But it has to happen to distract a bigger picture, what they are cleaning up. And I'm not trying to put him on a pedestal or anything like that, but he's part of something, and they're using his bombastic personality. They're using him as the front man, but it has to be done. Because we're in a Cold War situation. So what Maggie's put here is it's like a blue beam project. That's what's about to happen. So, and I'm not saying this to frighten people, but I feel very strongly that we need to, this is the vision I'm seeing, prep, stay inside, shut the door, be calm. As we say, us Brits, keep calm and carry on. Bombastic. That's what he is, Trump. He's bombastic. But you can't have somebody weak and fluffy. You have to have somebody like that. Do you know what I mean? Just doing this to clear the energy. Sea life. I don't know why I'm getting that. There's going to be a massive, great change to do with the food chain. And I mean, that's already started, hasn't it? You've got like Kennedy coming in on that. Is it Robert Kennedy talking about it? And they're talking about cleaning stuff up. I mean, one thing I can say about Putin, man, the Russian diet's actually very, very safe. You know, this is why you get a lot of Russian nanas living to a very old age. You know, he doesn't allow all the nasties in his food. You know, it's very safe over there. So there's going to be a big clean-up there to do with the American food industry. We've been through that for a long time. There'll be more to come. Am I freezing? Okay. So I was under the impression, give us a 5-5. Susan, Donald J. Trump is bombastic. Love it, LJ. But it's needed. It definitely is needed. You can't be all weak and fluffy like a fluffy little ballerina and all apologetic, you know what I mean? If you're up against the deep state and that, you have to be somebody who's a little bit like that. Great, what was I doing? Okay, there will be troops that will go to Iran, but it will be short-lived. Or is it going elsewhere? I've seen this before. I see military going out. I don't know where China's coming in on the situation. They're going out and then they're turning and coming back again. And there's going to be a clever move. It sort of reminds us a bit like a Bay Pig situation. It's like it's got everybody on the edge of the seats and it's all changing. I see a lot of military guys, women and guys going out. And that could be the other vision that I've seen where people are coming back. God forbid. Where you've got the last post and oh good God, and they're bringing out the coffins out of the planes. Yeah, it needs to stop, doesn't it? There will be casualties. Okay, I'm getting something about a canal. There's going to be something huge about a canal and it's coming out very strong with Trump. There's a lot of Iranian women who are standing up for their leaders, burning that. How do you say that? Is it hijabs or whatever? We're living in a world now where, you know, you shouldn't have to be forced. You should be allowed to wear what you want to wear. And some women like to wear them, but some women don't. But it shouldn't be banned and it shouldn't be forced. That's my take on it. Be what you want to be. But yeah, I think I seen some old pictures of Iran in the 60s, and women were like walking around through the streets with little mini skirts on, and in the swinging 60s, and young girls coming out of school with the teachers, and then all of a sudden they're all covered up. Oh, it's the burqas which are different, isn't it? I don't like them letterbox ones. I think the scarves look okay, but I don't like the letterbox. Well, the only reason I call them that is because that's what Boris used to call them. Yeah, apparently the 60s in Iran was amazing. But it all changed, didn't it? So, I mean, how far do you want to go with, like, cleaning up the world? It just goes on and on and on, doesn't it? What have I got here? Drugs. There is something big he's cleaning up with drugs. Okay. Yeah, there's something huge coming out to do with Iran with Trump. It's coming in really, really strong, and it's going to be massive. Absolutely massive. I don't know why I'm getting the 27th and the 28th. I want you to remember that. And the 14th. The 4th's coming out really strong. Starmer will fall. What does that mean? Okay. There's something coming with Ireland, and I can't put my finger on it. And I feel like I want to send healing and blessings out to Ireland. And again, I've talked about the trapped energy there. Where you had the potato famine, didn't you? And if I'm right, was it America came and stepped in to help the Irish with the potato famine? Didn't they? They sent corn or something that way or whatever to help them. So you've got that going on. There's all the healing going on. And of course, what the UK government's been doing to Ireland's been nobody's business. You know, you've got like all Tom, Dicks and Harry's going over there. And it's not safe. There's been women raped. It's just been terrible. You know, it's not safe for our children to walk the streets anymore. So there will have to be... There's going to be big change there. I see big change coming in with the Irish government. And some scandals to come out. I don't know if it's with Northern or Southern Ireland. Actually, it's got something to do when the euro will fall, or there'll be... It's only temporary, mind, but remember this, okay? There's going to be a drop in the economy and everything's going to bounce up. And it's at that time when anything drops... People are going to become millionaires overnight with what they've invested in, all right? But there's also going to be, at that point when it drops, everything's going to change. They're going to bring in the new system. They're going to bring in, there's a quantum, everything's going to change. Even the internet's going to change. Okay. Everything is set to test with. I was thinking that when my fridge freezer went down, you know, and I'm thinking, okay, if we had a power cut, it'll be the same thing. Everything is set to test with. We've just got to always have backups. Right, okay, schools are going to change. There's going to be mass protests that take place in the UK. Oh yes, that was what I was going to say. Macron. I was under the impression that Macron had left, or am I looking at another timeline or something? Can anybody tell us in the audience if they remember where Macron was due to step down? Or am I dreaming it? I thought that was the case anyway. Yes, this is for 2026, Miko, yes. There's also going to be some big news in around Japan. And I want to say that I'm feeling a big one to do with an earthquake. Where there'll be one, there'll be two or three. And I'm still seeing the boot of Italy. Okay, so I see problems with the NHS, but I've always felt that that's going to survive, but it's going to go into a 3-tier system. You know, people keep saying to me, Louise, they keep saying, what do you think, you know, can you see, what's he bloody called, UKIP leader? Nigel Farage. Can you see him being Prime Minister? No. He's not who you think he is. And again, I'm not taking sides. I'm just saying, okay? He's not who he thinks he is. Mark my words. He's also very rich, you know. He's like Starmer, who's a lord. People in wolves in sheep's clothing. But you watch Kemi rise. She's purple. She's not blue, even though she comes over as a Tory. Kemi is going to she's going to marmalise them. There's a big scandal coming, and it's going to bring a lot out to do with the Labour Party, but also to do with Nigel Farage. He's the establishment, yes. Okay. I don't know why, right? I want to send healing and blessings out, but I also want to send protection out there to Candice Owens. She's somebody that I follow. And I don't know if it's because she's been going down, there's more rabbit holes that she's going to uncover. But I just feel like I need to send protection out there. This is really strange. I'm seeing something about to kick off in Cuba. Riots, fire torches, there's lots of smoke. Lots of people getting hurt. Get out. HLM. Big connections. I know this sounds all very cryptic, but it'll all fall into place there. This is scrying what I'm doing, by the way, guys. People have often asked us, how do you scry? It's, I'll do teaching videos. I really, really will. I know I keep saying I'll do all of this, but I will. The new people which are following is, I'm somebody who's just overcome 18 rounds of cancer treatment, you know what I mean? And I'm cancer free now. But it's left us very, very depleted, yeah? I've got a lot of different health issues, and it's mobility actually. But I'm doing okay. I'm getting there. So it just takes time, apparently. Sometimes it can take years to get back to normal. So there you go. That's why I don't do as much. But my plan is to do more on YouTube. Because I'd like coming on, you know. It's like a little family, isn't it? Oh, thank you. To be fair, you know, when I was going through, I've got my Scottish Highland Spring, when I was going through the treatment, you know, I was actually all right. I don't know if I just hyped myself. I was on a load of drugs to stop feeling sick and so I could cope. But it hit us afterwards. That's when it hit us. But yeah, I think it must have just built up, and I actually didn't start feeling really sick until the last couple of rounds of it. But I'm over it now. And for people who are going through it, you know, you'll win, you'll do it, you know, no matter which way you want to do it. If you want to do it naturally, or you want to go down the conventional route, or you want to do both like I did, you'll do it, you know. And throughout this great change on this planet, there's going to be great revelations for new treatments for this. You know what I mean? And I just think it's all to do with the food chain. I really do. And stress living and all of that type of thing. Just having a little break here because it gets a bit heavy. Give us 2 minutes. You know, there's loads of different things out there you can do. I'll be honest with you, if it ever came back, I would go down the natural route. I don't think I could put myself through that again. Dear God. But hopefully it won't come back. But I just think we all have these things set to try with, don't we? We all have these things to set to try with. And with me, I wasn't looking after myself. I was being utterly ridiculous. I mean, I was smoking 40 cigarettes a day, eating all the wrong stuff. I had a very similar diet to Trump, actually. And I can't understand how he is as fit as he is for his age. Mind you, he doesn't smoke, does he? And he doesn't drink, so that might have something to do with it. But, you know, I would still be sitting here smoking now if I hadn't got the breast cancer. So at least I can thank breast cancer for totally resetting my whole life. And I do eat healthy now. I'm very mindful about things. And I try not to hold on to things and hold grudges like I used to. Yeah. I'm still fiery. I'll always be fiery, but, you know, that's just me. But I think you can't hold on to things. I think when you hold on to things, that's when you get eat up by things, you know what I mean? So I've learned to let a lot of stuff go. But yeah, I mean, people have talked about the med beds. Somebody's just mentioned the med beds there in YouTube. And I think that, I never believed in it until I actually read for some super soldier. And when I was reading for him, I realised that he was telling the bloody truth. And so it is going on. It's definitely going on. But I've always felt that this little device was coming out first. It just looks like the size of a television remote. And it's something what's going to be a great breakthrough. It's like radiotherapy, but it's not radiotherapy. It's like maybe it's a beam thing and a little torch. And that's going to help a lot of people. Just having a little break here. This is like my medicine. I love it. I mean, I do filter my old water as well. I'll have to get the name of the filter and let you know. It's a marvellous filter. I don't live far away from the reservoir, but you've got to be careful with the chlorine and that, so it takes everything out. In things that can't be removed out of the water, this filter that I've got takes it out. But this is Highland Spring, and it's like me medicine. I love it. So there you go. Right. Yeah, so anybody who's going through not just cancer, there's other things, there's autoimmune diseases out there. Don't give up. Remember, everything's frequency, everything's energy. And once you make your mind up and you know that you're a warrior, you can do it. Never be scared. My whole situation through my cancer treatment was, I was scared. And when they mentioned it, I wasn't scared for the cancer because I knew that I could get rid of it and beat it. I was scared of the treatment, but then I decided to go down it. But once I was in it, it was okay. Sometimes the fear is worse than the actual situation. So, great revelations to come. And